One more from EDG. Will they go after the funnel a little bit more? Do they have something else in mind?
So looking strictly at the three champions thus far, the late game fantasy for Snake is huge, with Aatrox able to get on top of nearly anybody in the opposing team and try and burst out the backline. And the Aurelia plus the Vladimir having that huge AoE team fight with Aurelia putting down the Vanguard's edge and Vladimir able to pull in underneath it, get massive AoE damage. The fantasy is obviously there, and they've got to get to that late game point, but it can do so much once they get there. I'm loving this EDG joke. 3 people hovering Smite. The only person not with Smite thus far is the jungler.
Yeah, the EDG.
It looks like he's got a needlessly large rod and Ether Wisp, so he's building towards the Spellbinder as his first item. Normally we see the Proto Belt for extra wave click as you're getting pushed in bot lane into the Spellbinder, but he's rushing towards those team fights. He's rushing to the point where he gets that 120 AP and the bonus movement speed to have that pressure. But finally we see that Rift Herald being dropped bot lane.
Yep, Herald coming out, the teleport.
2 cannons, 1 with banner. This is the game, and this is game 1 in the series for EDG. So clean, only using 1 kill that entire game, and it was in that last team fight.
Next, as the Ashe coming in, interesting combination with what they've picked up so far. What are we looking at?
Really nice. That's really nice for pick. One of the things that we see with Kai'Sa is, notably the passive, something people overlook, is whenever an ally applies CC on a champion, it gives you a stack of your passive. You need at least 1 stack of your passive to ult onto a target. So Ashe can ult somebody that gives vision of the target she lands it on, and that allows you to instantly ult onto that target who is stunned and remove them. Because the ult has massive range, you can pick somebody off out of position, and it works very similarly to the Zoe Nocturne combo, which we've seen quite a lot recently, where Zoe bubbles somebody, Nocturne ults onto them.
In the LPL.
Okay, so this is actually the Malphite. It's something that we've not seen all that commonly, but it's something that is completely fair here. The strength of Malphite is the ability to go for that full armor build and get a lot of damage, but what he can do is he can rush Frozen Heart, deny the attack speed of the Aatrox, deny him the ability to get all these hits off, get the multi-hit passives off, and get towards the Gwynsus by just being a huge tank. And also, another setup for knock-up for the Yasuo.
But I don't think it's going to do enough. Disaster again for EDG. We're seeing Vladimir's going under the tower, and of course the Aatrox denies death over and over again.
Flandre shows no mercy as he cuts down Scout running directly under the tower, even if he has to give up his own Bloodwell to do so. And that's a clean fight for Snake. They don't give up any members, and they take down 2 kills from EDG. Off of an overextension, you have to say. EDG pushing a little bit too far onto that, back into that fight, thinking they had a way back in with Mako. And we're going to see the turnaround here as SFM tries to get the 2-man stun. Really nice disengage. But it's the moment the TP comes through, this definitely should have been cancelled, especially when you see another TP on top of it. When you have these 4 members right there, what is Ray doing? He just thinks he's got enough time for Mako. We see another TP come through. But they thought they had the turnaround. They thought they had the collapse. And that over-aggression, that little bit of overconfidence cost EDG so dearly as they lose that mid lane tower, they lose their vision pressure, and they lose the gold lead massively. Keeping this combo where Aurelia wants to get the AoE damage down, and she's bought so much more time to do so by that Nautilus who's got the multiple knockups, the slows to stick to people. And it works very similarly to what we've seen in the past, counter this style of hard farm mid laner, which is the Lulu plus Camille, where it's just enabling a combo of those 2 members to go in and remove that key target as quickly as possible. It's a way to do that whilst also hard farming the Aurelia. So I love what Snake's doing here. It's a nice adaptation on what we've already seen in the meta. And that's what we continue to see from Snake. They take what's already there and push it a little bit farther. And it's never just we're cheesing our opponents. There's always a reason behind it. Honestly, no pun intended, they're playing with a real venom to their execution, where they're constantly going in as deep as possible with sheer malice onto Scout, and Scout has no chance so often because they're focusing him out so effectively. We said one of the few ways back would be if they misplay and they don't get on top of him, as EDG is just allowed to play out the game, and that's not what's happening here. EDG is being constantly put under pressure, and Snake, they took that small advantage that we talked about earlier. I said they could have waited until the late game. Instead, they forced that advantage so hard, and now they got the first inhibitor of the game.
Oh man, and not stand against all this power from the Snakes, moving straight in with minimal minion support. Both Nexus towers go down, and the underdogs, the Snakes, they make it happen again. They take game 1 of this best of 3.
Snake making themselves look like the apex predator here, denying so much from EDG, and having come in with a little bit of a struggle so far in the split. Not had the best results, dropped a series to OMG, dropped a series to Rogue Warriors 2-0. To come out and put this strong performance against the undefeated EDG, you gotta say Snake looked better than ever.
Alright, well this series is